Good evening, everyone. I'm not quite certain how to begin here, so I'll just be up front. My friend passed away recently, and he didn't have any family. He didn't have anyone. It was just me, and a couple of acquaintances. He committed suicide. I was going through the things that he left to me. Mostly old photos of us in school, or one or two collectibles. Some of those bugs encased in glass. That's just what he was into, I guess. Anyway, as I was looking through that small box of his belongings, I came across a diary. Or a journal, or whatever you want to call it. I opened it up, and a piece of paper fell out of the first page. Hello there. This is a private account of my life over the past year. See you soon. I think it's some kind of joke, one that I don't find funny, but that was Jack's sense of humour. We're total opposites, and I'm the kind of guy who laughs at absurdist comedy. He was the kind of guy who would chuckle to himself if he saw an old lady fall down, even if he did feel a little bad for doing so. His "see you soon" was probably his way of getting in one last laugh. Without wasting any more of your time, I'm going to tell you about the things that are written in Jack's journal. For the sake of clarity, everything Jack writes will be transcribed to the best of my abilities and displayed on screen. I'm writing these up as I'm reading them. 20th of the 2nd, 2019. It's back again. This thing is driving me crazy. Holy shit. Every time I drive anywhere, they're all just standing by the side of the road. They're just in the corner of my vision. I can't even look at them, but I know they're there. It's getting to the point that I've got to laugh about it. Silhouettes encroaching on my peripheral vision. I haven't had this since I was like 17, back in 6th form. It has pretty much been a background hum since then, but now it's out in the open. Used to be that writing shit down made it easier to process, that it's all just in my head. I don't know if that'll work now, but hello, diary. I'll get a lot of use out of this book if this shit carries on. Black Dreams Lake. Binding shadows with vision, winding aside the path I take. Cold winter mist fogs breaths, dew drops. I rest, my mind's boat on Black Dreams Lake. Prior to typing out this one, I had a little flick through some of the pages, and Jack seems to end a lot of these entries with a short snippet of poetry. That's why I'm writing these here. Not once in the entire time I knew him did he ever say he wrote poetry. Perhaps it was only a coping mechanism, or something to take his mind off things. I don't know. I'd like to think it was how he helped himself get through things. Jack was a pretty talented artist, though. He did some really nice paintings back in school. I don't think he ever carried on with them after we left. Maybe he turned to poetry after that? Despite the hardships in his life, Jack was very creative. I think that warrants sharing. He probably would have wanted people to read them. 25th of the 2nd, 2019. 5 days of the same. Just people by the side of the road looking in. It's still a pain in the ass. Because it makes me second guess every turn I take. But I can live with it. It's just annoying. I'm not really freaked out by it anymore. Relic of age. Old friends find their way. They fumble in my footsteps. I guide them all home. Jack ends with a haiku here, though I don't recall him having any fondness for Japanese mediums. I think this poem means that Jack felt isolated, despite having people around him. Maybe he felt like he was dismissing people who wanted to help him. 25th of the 2nd, 2019. Oh my fucking god. I wake up in the middle of the night and this shit is straight up just sat on my chest. I shit myself because I don't know what it is. Then I realise I can't move. It's sleep paralysis. So I look at the thing, and it turns around and stares at me. It's a cat. You know those creepy reflective eyes they have at night? That's mad. It's gone when I actually wake up, because it wasn't real. But still creepy. Oh, technically it's the 26th, but I've already written in the date, so it's like 4 a.m. and I have work tomorrow. No poem here. I guess he was tired. 27th of the 2nd, 2019. I was late for work yesterday because I woke up late. I was legit only 5 minutes late, but my manager was shouting at me like the asshole he is. Like, I'll stay late. I'll make up for it. You don't need to be a dick. It's not like we're understaffed. There's no need for it. When he was shouting at me, I felt like I was going to pass out. I just couldn't handle it. You know, being shouted at, I mean. Normally I'd be fine, but I've not been in a great place over the past week. I hate my boss. Sweet Jerry Hunt, a fat little runt, power tripping, semen sipping, get fucked, you cunt. As obscene as it is, this one did make me laugh. It's nice to see him vent his frustrations in a creative way, rather than to take it out on others like so many people do. There is also a scribble at the end of the page on this one. I think it's covering up some extra lines to the poem that he didn't like. I tried to read what was underneath, but it wasn't legible. 1st of the 3rd, 2019. Today was awful. I spoke to one of the silhouettes. It took me a good 5 minutes to realise afterwards that it wasn't a real person. I was just walking down the street when it shouted out to me. Asked me if I had the time. I was walking to my car just after my shift, so it was dark out. I shouted back, "Just finished my shift, so it's got to be about 6. And he said thank you. I realised he was one of them when I was driving. Like, oh shit, that wasn't real. Really going back to how I was when I was a teenager. Writing is helping though, I think. Oh, and my manager actually apologised to me, said he was having a rough day. That was kind of refreshing. I do feel a little bad now, though. Only a little bit. Black Dreams Lake 2. Branches grow their little leaves, pulled further down until they break. Poison words pepper packet tops. A single cigarette on Black Dreams Lake. Come to think of it, I think this might have been around the time that Jack started smoking again. He picks the habit back up when he gets stressed. He was probably annoyed at himself for lighting up again. That's the vibe I get from this poem. I'm not sure why he keeps mentioning this Black Dreams Lake, but it's a strange little motif. I'd like to see where he's going with it. 5th of the 3rd, 2019. My colleague set me up with some girl his girlfriend is mates with. Daisy, her name is. That's going to be awful. I have to keep up appearances, so I'll go along. Poor girl. I felt like an asshole at the time too. I was definitely looking over Richard's shoulder when he was telling me about her. Oh, there was this black spot in my vision right behind him. I don't know. Maybe he didn't notice. Daisy and Docket. Dearest darling Daisy, don't dare doze. Demon dog Docket devours dreaming damsels. Dearest darling Dead did dare doze. Demon dog Docket did damsel devour. I don't know if there's a message with this one, but I like it. It was scribbled over, but in pencil. So far, all of this document is written in pen, so I erased the pencil and copied out the words underneath. It's quite a good poem. I don't know why he scribbled it out. I'm not sure where the name Docket came from. Maybe it meant something significant to Jack. 8th of the 3rd, 2019. It actually wasn't awful. I mean, the day was off to a bad start. I had the cat sleep paralysis thing again. Yuck. But Daisy is actually pretty cool. She has a similar sense of humour to me, which is amazing. Wow. I had a great time, and I think she did too. We're going out again next Friday. There was no poem with this one. 15th of the 3rd, 2019. It went well again. I think we've really hit it off. She has a pet millipede, so she won't mind my bug collection. That's usually kind of off-putting to most girls. I only had one little blip on the date too. I almost asked a waiter who wasn't there for the check. Oops. Holding hope. I stand, still hopeful. Even while courage fails me, I lean to and hold. Another haiku. I don't think this one is actually that good. Sorry, Jack. Perhaps I'm just not a fan of them. It's nice to see, though. I think he's writing about leaning in to kiss her goodbye after the date. He never actually mentioned Daisy to me. He must have got on well with her, though. This one was scribbled over in pencil, too. 20th of the 3rd, 2019. I think I might be getting a little nervous about how things are going with Daisy, which is stupid of me because we've only been on 2 dates. I don't want to fuck it up. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. It doesn't help that they're whispering about me again, though. I ignore them because I know they aren't real, but still. Black Dreams Lake 3. Whispered words and sliding eyes, whining willows wood crane ache. Fettered in mind, the March hare hops. Fingertips brush on Black Dreams Lake. I find myself wanting more from Jack's Black Dreams Lake. I assume these are all intended to be read as one poem that Jack writes out the verses as he feels like it. They seem to leave me wanting more, like I can tell it isn't finished yet. 23rd of the 3rd, 2019. I really don't know what I was worried about. Last night was great. No mishaps, no problems. We're going to spend the rest of the weekend together. Catch you later. Not like you're a friend, you are pieces of paper. Well, whatever. It's not like this is supposed to be a proper diary, but if that's what it turns into, then so be it. Wit. What is it? Silly wit. Silly who? You. I don't get this one. Maybe he was making himself laugh. This was scribbled out with pencil too. 29th of the 3rd, 2019. Hello again. Things have been going good. I've been able to sort of block out a lot of the constant drone that seems to be ever present in the background of my life. The only thing that I can't seem to stop is the sleep paralysis cat. I've grown kind of fond of it. No, that's a lie. It still freaks me the fuck out. Bounce. Bobbing, bouncing breasts. Brazenly breaking brassieres. Bravely bursting breasts. This is shit. A poem about breasts that was abandoned halfway through by the looks of it. Not scribbled out. Jack seemed happy to leave it like this. It also seems that he began writing in pencil at this point. And he also drew a smiley face at the end of his poem. 7th of the 4th, 2019. I've not been writing much, but that's because I haven't had to. I kind of feel obligated to write in you because you've been helpful. It's kind of nice having a friend who just listens. Things are going really well with Daisy, and we even went on a double date with Richard and Lucy. Daisy and Lucy are real good friends, and Richard is a pretty nice guy, so I can see us all hanging out more often. I've been in a really good place recently. I thanked him for setting me up with Daisy. He joked and said it was good to finally see me not looking miserable. He's right, I do feel a lot better, and everyone can probably see it. I tried my hardest to see what the missing lines of the next poem were. Unfortunately, the entire poem was erased. I was just about able to make out some of the first 2 lines from the impressions that Jack's pencil left in the paper. I will read for you now the few words that I could get from this poem. Black Dreams Lake 4. Blank amidst blank fields, feel good things, blank sake. Blank blank Black Dreams Lake. This is a real shame. I really do want to know what happens on Black Dreams Lake. Oh, I don't know Richard, but Jack seemed to like him. 23rd of the 4th, 2019. So, the sleep paralysis cat came back again last night. He was sat on my chest, staring right at me. Like usual. Then, he hisses in my face. Like proper angry. Never happened before, not a fan, to be honest. Then he stands up and says, "She doesn't need you as much as you need her," and jumps off me and scurries away out the door. Really, really shit. No poem here, sadly. 24th of the 4th, 2019. Same as last night, the cat was bigger and louder though. Interrupted a nice dream too. A butterfly. In fields I dreamt of pastures grey, and sunflowers bent up and away, curved over mountain tops with petals of doorstops. In whimsical delight I laughed at the sight of a butterfly's flight with wings made of light. That's what I dreamt about. It was kind of nice. Really Alice in Wonderland feel to it. If the footnote at the end of this poem didn't give it away, Jack wrote a poem about his dream. As much as these one-off poems are nice, I really am dying to get back to the ideas behind Black Dreams Lake. If I'm being honest, I'd really like to have seen Jack do a painting of Black Dreams Lake. It would really seal the deal for me, really add to the art. But he stopped, so I guess he just didn't enjoy it anymore. These poems supposedly became the way he expressed himself instead. The word sunflowers was erased here, but again I was able to make it out from the impression the pencil left. 28th of the 4th, 2019. Finally kicked smoke in again, for the 4th time. Don't get me wrong, I'm still stressed, and I'm still getting shit in the corner of my vision, but there are far less intrusive hallucinations, nothing auditory aside from the cat, but that's different because it's sleep paralysis. Man. Writing is helping. Daisy is helping. Richard and Lucy are so chill, too. It's helping having a few people who care around me. Daisy dares. Daisy dares defeat Demon Dog Docket. Damsel demands dreams. Darling deservedly dozes. Daisy dared destroy Demon Dog dead. Damsel demanded dreams. Darling deserved diamonds. A continuation of Daisy and Docket. I really enjoyed the callback here. It's nice to see repeating themes and motifs throughout Jack's work. I'm still interested to see if Docket means anything, or if it's a name that Jack made up. Unlike Black Dreams Lake 4, I was able to get the entirety of the poem from the impressions left in the paper. 5th of the 5th, 2019. I showed Daisy the painting I did of my dream. She really liked it. I left the petals as actual petals though, rather than making them doorstops. That looked weird in the dream, and I wanted the painting to look nice. It's kind of funny how her favourite flowers aren't daisies though. I should paint her as a giant daisy. That might be funny. I think she'd get a good laugh out of that. So again with this next poem, parts of it I couldn't make out, so I'll read it to the best of my abilities. Blank daisies. Blank, risen. Wade through water shallow. Peculiar petals. Blank. Blank. I would love to see where this poem went. It's a shame that he decided he wasn't happy with it. He was quite unhappy with a lot of his art too. Even though his paintings got a lot of likes online, he didn't always want to share his work. Perhaps he decided he didn't want people to see these specific pieces. I think the title to this one was originally Daisy's Daisies, but it could also just be Daisy's Daisies. I'm not sure. 10th of the 5th, 2019. I had a pretty bad day today. There were some really shitty customers at work. At least it's Saturday tomorrow. I'm hanging out with the gang, and I'd rather not, but it beats work. Some old acquaintances from school. It kind of sucks. I was a jittery mess when I last spoke to these people. I mean, I still chat with Tim on Messenger sometimes, so at least it won't be totally awkward. He still asks about my art, but he seems like he's changed a lot. I don't really want to show him my paintings, though. Familiar face of fleeting grace, reminded Riley of reconciled wrongs, creating collections and covering objections, briefly beguiling but boringly blank. This poem isn't titled, but hi, I'm Tim. That's me. I guess Jack didn't really like it when I wanted to see his art. He was always pretty insecure about it. I always tried to big it up, though. I really always was impressed by it. I always told him he should show other people, but I don't think he was confident enough. His paintings were great, though. As for the poem, I feel like there are a few layers. A lot of our friend group from school wasn't really there for him when his mental health problems got worse. He probably wasn't really up for seeing all of them. I also think this poem was about his art. Perhaps he felt like his art didn't say enough. But I feel like it said so much. 11th of the 5th, 2019. Oh my god, being back with them. Ugh. Real shitty. Of course, questions about if I'm still painting. Ugh, yuck. Dance, monkey, dance. And fucking hell. Oh, felt like I was gonna die. Standing behind each of them were these projections of them. I guess how my subconscious sees them. Like some 7 deadly sins shit, but there were only 5 of them instead. Reunions really aren't my thing. No poem here. I didn't realise Jack felt this strongly about people asking about his art. I don't think he realised how interesting it was. Was he embarrassed to share it? Did he find it difficult to show art where he was expressing himself? He showed Daisy the sunflower painting. Why didn't he show me? 12th of the 5th, 2019. I think seeing them really put me back into a bad headspace. I had a bunch more crap today, seeing people laughing and shit. I'm forgetting people's faces again. Look, I saw Daisy last weekend and now I can't remember what she looks like. Seriously, a week. A week, and in my mind her face is just blank. That's how I was before. I don't think I can see them again. I can't go back to how I was. I've been doing so good, feeling good, happy, writing with Daisy, doing paintings, doing poems. It's been so good. I just want to show myself that I can do this on my own, but I'm worried. I can't. No poem. I'd really like to get back to Black Dreams Lake. 20th of the 5th, 2019. Okay, I think I'm back on track. Low points are part of it. I did another painting. It helped. I kind of neglected the writing for painting, but I suppose it's okay to mix and match between the two. Terrible termites. Terrible termites. Spiteful snakes. Angry arachnids. Horrible humans. This poem really makes a good point about humanity. Jack seems to favour poems that incorporate alliteration over rhyming. It's nice to see that he has developed his own unique style. Then again, I don't know much about poetry. It could be a reference that I don't know. Either way, I see the message here. 26th of the 5th, 2019. Daisy and I are moving in together. She took Maximilian and all her clothes to mine tonight, and we're going to start on the rest of her stuff tomorrow. I'm a bit nervous. I'm happy, but nervous. I don't want her to have to put up with me when I get bad and shit. Untitled. Menacing Maximilian mindlessly marches, mutely marvelling marvellous moisture. He's a millipede, I don't know what else you can say. It does tire me to see these unfinished poems. I really dislike it. especially when there are some that are potentially good, and he decides he isn't happy with them and erases them. Yet here we have something that is unfinished, a poem about a millipede of all things, and Jack is fine to leave it like that. I'm half tempted to finish this poem myself, but I won't. 4th of the 6th, 2019. I want to quit my fucking job, holy shit, Jerry cunt is at it again. I don't give a shit if you've had a bad day. All I did was put some fucking shampoo bottles in the wrong place. Ridiculous. It's not my fault your wife hates you. Fucking hell. I can't quit because money exists, but I'm gonna start looking for something else. I was tired of shit as well. Piss guzzler. Hi, my name is Jerry. I guzzle piss. My wife is really hairy. She also guzzles piss. My son smells like dairy. He also guzzles piss. My daughter is scary. She also guzzles piss. I fuck my mother. She fucks like no other. We suck one another. My mother also guzzles piss. Another really obscene poem. I'm considering skipping these. They don't showcase Jack's art or his talent. B-Day Bash, 15th of the 6th, 2019. Today is my birthday. I don't really like a fuss being made about it, but it was nice to spend the day with people who have been there for me. Richard and Lucy got me a set of paints. I mean, they were acrylics and I do oil painting, but really it's the thought that counts. I'll do a nice painting for them. Daisy got me a Japanese hornet, dead, obviously, in glass. She also got me a really nice watch. If I'm being honest, I was actually way more excited about the hornet, but the watch is really nice, and it must have been expensive. It's really nice. I think she got it because I told her a while back that my dad had a thing for fancy watches, so it's actually really nice to know that she's listening to what I say. Birthday. Birthday sex. A sexual hex. I must annex your genitals. I am really getting sick of these low effort, boring, crude, obscene poems. I'm going to jump ahead to the next good poem that Jack writes. Oh. See, these infantile poems, they go on for almost a year. I'm very disappointed. Eventually, though, Jack stops writing these. 13th of the 4th, 2020. We had another argument today. Being stuck indoors has really done a number on us both. This shit is getting so dull. I mean, I don't want to argue, I don't want to upset her, but I can't go out. I'm off work. We're in the flat together all day. I'm getting bad again. And I snap at her because I'm afraid to open up about it. It's so easy to write it down. Why can't I just tell her what I'm going through? Binding. Shackled the shameful, warranted by the wasteful, I rot, unfulfilled. Even though I'm not a fan of haikus, this is good. This is more like it. This is the Jack I know. It seems like he begins putting more effort into his poetry from this point onwards. 16th of the 4th, 2020. Coronavirus is bullshit. I fucking hate this shit. I want to go out like we used to. We used to have double dates every other weekend. Now what the fuck do we do? Nothing. I've even started talking to the gang in a group chat for something to do. Recalibrate. Recalibrate your mind. Reallocate your strife. Now leave the world behind and enjoy your new life. There's a rhythm to it. You have to give each syllable the exact same amount of time. There has to be a little pause in between each line. It's like da 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 da. Like that. You have to be a bit monotone with it. I think a lot of people felt like this when they couldn't go out and enjoy themselves during lockdown. with Jack's added notes about the rhythm of the poem, it's clear that he wanted to create a mechanical vibe around this piece. The monotony of day in, day out, it's robotic, and that's what he was going for. The dashes and the underscores were the best way I could type up what Jack scribbled down. 19th of the 4th, 2020. We are starting to get on each other's nerves. I have nothing to write though, because every day is the same. I saw the cat while I was awake, though it was trying to talk to me through the window, but I ignored it as best as I could. Hands reach for me from behind closed doors. Engine. The mental machine that monitors my mind shivers, shudders, moist fog rusts the shrine. Static sine waves satiate my slipping decline. Hailstone hands, harnessed by hate. This is Jack beginning to extend his artistic capabilities. As with the last poem playing with rhythm and length, the decision to keep the first 3 lines equal in length and then to shorten the final line shows this poem's intentions as Jack reaches deeper, to put more effort into his writing. 27th of the 4th, 2020. Daisy ended things with me. I was too overbearing. But I can't help worrying about our relationship when the cat is telling me that she hates me. He keeps saying it over and over, and it puts me on edge. Even now I'm still on edge about it, and she's already gone. He keeps saying it. He just won't fucking stop. Black Dreams Lake 5. Wicked grins of rising hands, mouths on fingertips unmake, shushing words till holding stops, arms dangle deep in Black Dreams Lake. I'm so happy that Jack returned to Black Dreams Lake. I can sense it coming to a natural close. I feel as if each of these self-contained works builds a natural progression. Jack is clearly envisioning something larger when he writes these. I wonder if he ever did a painting of the world he envisioned when writing his poems of Black Dreams Lake. 2nd of the 5th, 2020. The cat keeps saying it. He's bigger now. Hands and doors. They grab me. Cat is big. No poem here. No date. He tells me I'm nothing. Nothing. No one. Nobody. Shit. Worthless. A waste. Dead. Dead inside. Rotting outside. I sit and rot all day. I stared at the wall while he berated me for hours. I didn't eat anything today. Over. It's not over. It never began. Clawed and grasped at by a writhing mass. It's over. Cat is big. He's mean and he tells me the truth. This entry wasn't dated. This poem is also a bit low effort in comparison to the last one, but there appears to be an important message about Jack's mental state here. 28th of the 5th, 2020. I'm certain that Michael is skittering around behind my furniture. He doesn't appear in my dreams anymore. When I hear him scratching things, I stare at the wall and wait for him to go. He just watches me sometimes, and then he whispers things that I can't hear. I can hear them though, because I can read his lips. Trusting Michael. He speaks no lies. Come, take my hand. Stare into Michael's eyes. Feel his fur. Is it there for you too? Can you feel Michael? Can you feel his words? They flutter about me like kisses. Touch his fur. What does he tell you? Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Kill yourself. The final line of this poem repeats itself until Jack reaches the end of the page. I think that Michael is a manifestation of all of the things that made Jack insecure about his art. I can't help but think if Jack would have painted how Michael was in his mind's eye, it would have been his magnum opus. 4th of the 6th, 2020. This is my final message. I'm not right for this place. Don't blame yourself, Sunflower. I'd have only done this sooner, if it weren't for you. Goodbye. Paddles guide and find my place. Daybreak calls for me to wake. The peacemaker's woven props. I am pulled in by Black Dreams Lake. I think by Sunflower Jack means me. After all, he left this diary to me, and I was talking to him trying to encourage his creativity during lockdown. I think I must have helped him a lot. As for this final Black Dreams Lake, Jack hung himself. The woven props of the peacemaker is the rope, putting Jack at peace. It's a beautiful end to the Black Dreams Lake saga. He felt himself pulled in. Goodbye, Jack. It appears that this isn't the end. Jack has left something else for me to read in his journal. At the end of the book, an envelope was taped to the final page. I took it off and read what was written on the front. In this letter is something I need to write down. I need to write it, but I don't want anyone to read it. I feel like if I write it, it's out there, but I want to be the only one who sees it. Please, if by any means you come into possession of this letter, throw it away or burn it. Despite what it says, Jack wouldn't have left this to me if he didn't want me to read it. I opened the envelope, and inside was a single piece of A4 paper, folded to fit. What is written there appears to be scrawled quite quickly. Jack's handwriting doesn't look as neat as it has been. See you soon. Go ahead. Do what you did back in school. Do it. Show everyone that you're cool. Post my art on Instagram. Show them all. My mentally ill friend made this. He should be in an art hall. Put crappy filters on to hide the imperfections. Take what I love and give it your corrections. Turn everything I do into a little song and dance. Oh, he's so talented, a tortured soul. Please give him a chance. If I wanted it posted, I'd post it myself. But you know what's good for my mental health. Yeah, 1,000 likes will fix my brain. Oh, what an artist, he's in true pain. Fuck off. Really, I mean it. I seriously hope that you get hurt. I really, really mean it. Remember in school, when you said that I should put some blood on my paintings, when you found out I was self-harming? Remember that? I think about that a lot. I wonder if you've ever thought about that since you said it. It really stuck with me. Is that all I am? A malfunctioning musical monkey with broken cymbals to be gawked at? Do a backflip, Jack. I hope that one day, someone that you thought cared says some horrible shit like that. I hope it hurts you. I hope it hurts you. Goodbye, Tim. It's a shame that you couldn't respect my wishes just once. I think you've got it wrong. You're just so talented and people need to see it. I have to post this one last thing. To show people your Black Dreams Lake. Then I know you can rest in peace. When everyone sees your art. Black Dreams Lake. Binding shadows with vision, winding aside the path I take. Cold winter mist, fog's breath dew drops. I rest my mind's boat on Black Dreams Lake. Branches grow their little leaves, pulled further down until they break. Poison words pepper packet tops, a single cigarette on Black Dreams Lake. Whispered words and sliding eyes, whining willows wood grain ache. Fettered in mind the March hare hops, Fingertips brush on Black Dreams Lake. Wicked grins of rising hands, mouths on fingertips unmake, shushing words till holding stops, arms dangle deep in Black Dreams Lake. Paddles guide and find my place, daybreak calls for me to wake, the peacemaker's woven props, I am pulled in by Black Dreams Lake. Thank you, Jack, for sharing with me your greatest piece. Black Dreams Lake is the legacy you will leave, and I will be the one to share it with the world.